Finish my station wagon.
Now let's run and get back onto some other things, such as finishing mounting these seats. Nothing crazy here. I had to add a little piece, and I made some little brackets for it to bolt into, and it uses the two existing holes on the outside. Nothing beautiful, but better than what it was. I went to move this thing, and the oil pressure gauge line popped off and made a huge mess out of everything. When you pull out your motor and reseal everything and clean it all, just for this to happen, whoa. So I got that all cleaned up. There's probably 2 quarts of oil down in the valley of the intake, and I also noticed that the inside of the car was all moldy everywhere, so I literally washed the entire inside of this car with the pressure washer, and it looks way better. I gotta get some windows in this thing at some point here, but happy to have it cleaned out for now. Anytime I do this, I like to fire it up in the car wash, make sure it's still running. We're good. Well, I got the huge mess under hood cleaned up. What a hassle. And I got the oil line hooked back up correctly with a new ferrule. And I was also tinkering around with finishing up the exhaust. This is what I came up with. It's not really quite a turn down because it kind of 45s, and it kind of shoots straight back. So I might extend on this at some point and come, you know, underneath the axle and then up and out, kind of Bozoku style, however you say that. But for now, it's up there. Let's see if this thing sounds any different with these tailpipes on here. New plug wires. These are the old ones. They're just really gross, slimy. Here's the fresh ones. I'm halfway through installing them. This is the old rotor. Thing was pretty nasty looking. One side with the new wires. These are the old ones on this side. This one was actually on fire a few times. I did this just so I could run it without it arcing out. And yeah, new cap versus the old one. It's really time for tune-up. Very overdue. This thing's gonna run awesome. Started up for the first time with all the new tune-up stuff in it, and I'm really excited for it because that stuff was really clapped out, and I think it's gonna run really nice and smooth. So let's hear this thing, how it actually runs. Little changes make all the difference. This thing feels strong and smooth. Anyone know what it is? I do. It's an anti-rollover valve, so when I flip this sucker, I don't blow up and catch on fire too. Small parts are cool because it's a quick, instant satisfaction. Ooh, fancy parts. Way too fancy for this trashy race car. And of course, being this thing, I had to buy them twice, but I have the fuel cell properly vented now, and I can get a height reading so I can build my firewall for that. I'm gonna drop a couple dimes for you. Material is really contaminated and dirty, and I'm not having a good time, but not too bad. Whole lot more to go. Wish me luck. Well, here it is, the finished fuel cell blocks. This thing ended up being quite the project. Got my mounting stuff, some bolts, angle iron in here to stiffen it up. Disgusted it a little bit internally, and then the hardware for what's going to be the wing nuts held in with these little plates, which I thought was kind of slick. And this cover, just real simple. Pops on over like that. And yeah, nice and tight. I'm going to get some tape, fireproof tape or whatever, and cover up all the open seams so that when it closes down it's nice and tight and sealed up, and hopefully Tech likes it. Alright, here it is, the box installed in the car. Pretty easy access to reach into there. I should think a funnel and a gas can would easily reach in there, or a gas pump, and covers it up, separated from the car. It's a little big and bulky looking, but it's lightweight, so it should be cool. I just gotta get some tape in the mail that I'm waiting for, and I can final bolt it in. Man, this car has always been a fighter. I mentioned at the start of the video I had the motor out and sealed, but there was a crack in the timing cover, so I got this thing all apart, and I tried welding it. It didn't work. So we're replacing the timing cover. I'm not going to film this a lot, but this is just another part of getting this thing ready. This is the slack with it in the middle. Well, the goal was to get this thing out in 2025, and that was 10-year anniversary of having the car, but sometimes things get in the way. I discovered that stretched timing chain after I realized that it was leaking through the timing cover, and that's where the leak was, and well, we didn't make it to the event. But as you can see, there is a lot more going on with this car, so this is going to be a two-part episode. Next video, we're going to be here doing a bunch of body work and hopefully getting to drive this thing. But I gotta get this video done and get it out so I can get a load off of my mental, so I'm not thinking about this because I have too many unfinished projects, and a little video doesn't need to be one of the things wearing at me. So if you watched it this far, thanks for watching the most mediocre content on YouTube, and there's gonna be plenty more where that comes from.